number 7 is considered to be a sacred number within many Native American tribes. Many tribal nations have their own beliefs on the 7 directions and their own color representations. Here is one of many descriptions of our 7 directions. East, yellow, the direction from which the sun comes. Light draws in the morning and spreads over the earth. This is the beginning of a new day. It is also the beginning of understanding, because light helps to see things the way they really are. On a deeper level, East stands for wisdom and helping people live good lives. Traditional people rise in the morning to pray, facing the dawn, asking the Creator for wisdom and understanding. South, red. Because the southern sky is when the sun is at its highest, this direction stands for warmth and growth. The sun rays are powerful in drawing life from the earth. It is said the life of all things comes from the south. Also, the warmth and pleasant winds come from this direction. When people pass into the spirit world, they travel the Milky Way's path back to the south, returning from where they came. West, black. To the west, the sun sets and the day ends. For this reason, west signifies the end of life. The west is also the source of water, rain, lakes, streams, and rivers. Nothing can live without water, so the west is vital. North, white. North brings the cold, harsh winds of the winter season. The winds are cleansing. They cause the leaves to fall and the earth to rest under a blanket of snow. If someone has the ability to face the winds, like the buffalo with his head in the storm, they have learned patience and endurance. Generally, this direction stands for hardships and discomfort to people. Therefore, north represents the trials people must endure and the cleansing they must undergo. Mother Earth, green, is home to our ancestors, the ancient ones, our elders, those who have gone on before us and hold the histories of our past. This is where we find the basis of our spiritual and religious beliefs, our ceremonies and rituals that are in our heritage. The mysteries of life to the past are kept there. Father Sky, blue, is home to our guardian spirits, our guides and the master teachers of the spirit worlds, and also the Star Nation. They are the ones that prepare us with knowledge, show us glimpses of what is to come, and to help us see where we are heading as we find our focus along our spiritual and life path. And finally, purple represents our heart. It is home to all our relations, to everything in the present, in all forms. Everything that flies, walks, swims, crawls, or even to blow in the wind. It includes the rocks and minerals of the land that form the substance of life. This is where we stand today in our walk of life, as well as our understanding of the things we experience. This is the presence. Ladies and gentlemen, our sacred 7 directions.
Aho, Hija Kishna Hini Kadagiwi, Ho-chang rajra wanik choga naga maikate rajra Louis St. Cyr in Gaide. Ambra Pigaja, Egi Many Moccasins Dance Troupe, Pashi Dictionary. I'd like to greet each and every one of you. I hope you can hear me okay. It sounds kind of weird here, but hope you can hear me fine. My name is Louis St. Cyr. My spirit name is Bluebird. I'm a member of the Winnebago tribe, and also I am a member of the Lakota tribe as well, the Ogallala Sioux tribe. And today I'm going to be your narrator. I'm also one of the co-founders of the dance troupe, and we're going to journey through a lot of our native dances. And we're going to touch just a glimpse within the culture and the heritage of many different tribes that have different stories that you've seen the dancers have different regalias up here momentarily ago. And we're going to journey through those. We're going to tell some stories. We're also going to share some language. And also we have some young dancers that are going to want to exhibition and show their dances as well. But just a little bit about the dance troupe. We like to thank the Interpretive Center for inviting us over again. We've been here probably for the last couple of years, maybe 3 years. So we're glad to come back. We've been in existence since 2001. We are from the Winnebago Indian Reservation, which is about 20 miles south of here. And we've been traveling across the state, we've traveled across the country, and we've traveled across the world. And some of those places that we've been are Germany, we've been to Lithuania, we've been to Denmark, we've been to Russia, we've been to South Korea, and our last trip was to Saudi Arabia. So we've been across the world, and we have a lot of credentials since 2001. So today, we're going to be demonstrating some of these dances, and we're going to tell the stories that belong to them. Now keep in mind, when we share these stories today, there are many interpretations of these dances. And we'll get into that when I say that is because there's different stories, there's many different tribes. And these tribes now are allowed to perform this dance as their intertribal dances. So, by a show of hands, how many of you guys can guess or how many tribes are out there in the currently the country called United States of America? How many tribes do you think are federally recognized? Any guesses?
484.
484, that's pretty close. 450, we're a little more actually. Go ahead. Way back there.
502.
Oh, 502, that's a good number. Yeah, he's probably the closest back there, about 570 or 50, somewhere around there, 550, 70 tribes. So we're up in the 500s and tribes that are federally recognized. That changes because some tribes are fighting to get their status to be identified as a tribe by the government. So that number changes sometimes, and sometimes they even get it taken away. And part of that, how to become a federally recognized tribe, is you have to have a language, you have to have a history, and you have to have members. So those are the three criteria that make a federally recognized tribe that the government says, hey, you're a tribe. How many of you guys can guess are in the state of Nebraska?
Tribes in Nebraska?
Yes.
Santee, Winnebago, Omaha, Ponca.
Oh, God. Right there. You want to take over? Winnebago, Omaha, Santee, and Ponca. Those are the 4 federally recognized tribes in Nebraska. All right, let's get into it. We'll get into some more talking a little later. We'll get our dancers out here. This dance is called the jingle dress dance. And the jingle dress, you probably heard it, or you probably will hear it before you see it. You probably hear them coming now. And it references the unique cones that are on their dress. This dance here is said to originate amongst the Ojibwe people who currently reside in the state that we call Minnesota, also into Canada today. They're mainly around the Great Lakes. And this is a dance that is a healing dance that came to a father. His daughter was sick, and he had a dream. And in this dream, the ancestors came to him and told him to make this dress to help heal his daughter. And part of the reason why that is the unique cones. The cones represents the teardrops that the family was going through at the time that the daughter was very sick. And so these cones are curled, and they are actually the tin lids of snuff can lids. Yes. And people often chuckle, it's okay, we get that often. And the reason why that is because the tobacco that accompanies this dress and also the lids there. You see, tobacco, we use that in a lot of our prayers. We use that in our ceremonies. And it is our way to connect to the Creator for asking for whatever it may be. And so that's why we use tobacco within this dress and these cones representing that sacredness of that. And so these dancers also, you have feathers that you see. They represent the eagle feathers. And also you'll see them dance as well with their hand on their hip. And again, that's to symbolize the pain of the sick. So ladies and gentlemen, this is our jingle dress dance. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our jingle dress dancers. All right, you obviously seen them have the unique feathers. I just wanted to mention about the feathers, folks, that the eagle is a very sacred bird to our culture, many native cultures. It's because we believe that the eagle is a carrier, the prayers up to the Creator. And we're told that it is the eagle that flies closest to the Creator, the highest flying bird. And so that's one of the reasons why we wear them on top of our heads, to honor of that significance of the eagle. You see, the dancers also wave their fans in the air. That's to represent taking the prayers up to the Creator, as it is a healing dance. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring us out our grass dancers, and this is a dance that's a little more local. This dance is said to originate amongst the Omaha people, which reside currently in Macy, Nebraska, which is a little more south of Winnebago, our neighboring tribe. And this dance here is said to represent the warrior society. Now, it has changed over time, but you see them, and you'll see them here. We have a little one as well. He's just anxious to come out here, so. And this dance that you see here is the Omaha people originated this dance. And it's a warrior's dance. However, like I said, it changed over time, and you'll see the unique fringes and colors that it has on the regalia. And as time went on, as a people, we really didn't have a currency. We didn't really have money. And the way we did that was to trade and barter, and that was our way of doing that. And this dance here was traded amongst different tribes, and one in particular is the Sioux. So the interpretation I'm going to share today is of the Sioux, and you'll see that the fringes there represent the prairie grass. A lot of the plains tribes live with the prairie grass. And you'll see this dance here, when they dance, you'll see them move and you see them swaying just like the prairie grass. So ladies and gentlemen, this is our grass dance. All right, there you have it, folks, our grass dancers. All right, this guy was anxious just dancing back there, actually. So, he's supposed to dance in the next segment, so we'll invite him back out here. So, that guy, his name is Lathan. So we'll get Lathan back out here, but if you think he's the smallest one, we actually have one that's even smaller. So he's gonna come out, this is his second performance. So these are our tiny tot dancers. They're the smallest of the smallest. So we're gonna give them a song, and they're one song, and they're gonna demonstrate, they're gonna dance. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Hey, ho, yo, hey, no, 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 hey, ho, all right, this is Ace and Lathan. Let's give them a round of applause. All right. That was a special treat there. So let's move along. We have another dancer we want to bring out. This is our matriarch of our family. This is one of the co-founders. This is also the grandmother and also the mother. And the one that you see all the regalia you see here today, those hands are the ones that made all of this regalia. So we're gonna bring her out. She wants to demonstrate her traditional style of dance, and this is the plains of the Lakota people. And so I'll invite her out here. She should be making her way out. And you'll see the unique buckskin that she has. Again, our people also have a lot of the traditional regalia as the feathers and the leather and so forth. And we still have that today. However, just like all of the regalia that you see here today, our people have evolved over time using the fabrics, using the beads, and so forth. But this is one of the traditional dances that we have, and you'll see the unique shawl that she has. My mother here is a descendant of Red Cloud and Chief White Cow Killer, and so she has the honor of carrying that unique designs of that shawl that she has that only belong to the descendants of the chiefs. And this dance that you see here, again, is very graceful. And again, our women, they keep their feet traditionally to the ground in that relationship to Grandmother Earth. And so this dance here is a very graceful dance that you see. So this is the Lakota traditional dance. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our traditional dancers. All right, folks. So a little bit also, not only hearing some stories and the origins of the regalia that you see, one of the things we often like to educate our audiences is that we call them regalia or we call them clothing. One of the things that we do not call them is costumes. Costumes, we just passed the holiday that we all wear something we're not, something that we make believe that we are. But costumes is kind of inappropriate so we often like to say regalia or clothing or outfits. So we don't pretend something that we're not. This is of our heritage and our background. Furthermore, we often like to share a lot of our language. And so the same language that was forbidden for a lot of Native Americans to speak at one time was also the language that saved this nation in a war across the seas. Within that, we also have our youngsters here that are also learning their language back at home on the reservation. I also have the privilege to serve as the language program director. And so it's our mission to revitalize our language and to strengthen our language so it is still here within our people. And one of the things that we do is we often, again, share. And one of the things I want to do here today is share a couple words with you. Now, one of the words I want to share today, because I often talk about my whole chunk Winnebago side a lot in the language, I'm going to focus on our Lakota language today. So I'm going to need your help though. So one of the words in the Lakota language is kola. Can you say that? Kola. 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 That means friend. And another word that we have is how. How. That means hello. So how kola. How kola. Hello friend. Now, so if cola means friend, what do you call a skinny friend? Diet cola. Good one. There you go. How about, that's one more word. Wash day.
Wash day.
Wash day.
Wash day.
You know what that means? That's the day you do your wash. No, that means good in our language. It means good. So how, cola wash day? What do you think I said?
Hi, friend.
Hello, my good friend. Good. Catching on. All right, so that's just a joke there. I always bring that one out. Diet Cola. I like Diet Cola. So, all right, we're going to bring out our next dancer. This dancer here is one of our fancy shawl dancers. And now this dance here is said to represent and mimic the butterfly. And the butterfly is a unique creature because it starts on the floor and ends up with wings. We know the evolution of the butterfly, how that happens. And the hardship it has to endure in its small life, you know, in a cocoon and struggling to get out and eventually has the wings. And this dance here, again, is more of the modern style of dance. So the traditional dance that you just witnessed is more of the traditional, authentic. As time evolved, the shawl that my mother was dancing with eventually became something that they used to dance with. Now, the butterfly, I want to talk a little bit about the butterfly and how it's also really special, is because in some native tribes, they say that you could tell a butterfly a secret. Or maybe you're dealing with a hardship and needed someone to talk to. And the butterfly, you can tell a butterfly a secret. It can land right on you maybe, and you can tell them that secret. And it will fly away. And it will take that secret or that hardship, whatever you're dealing with, that advice that you need, it will take that and it will not tell anyone, because we know that a butterfly does not make no sound. So it's a trustworthy insect that you can tell them that secret. On the flip side, a butterfly is a very courageous insect, because a butterfly can fly right through battle and not be detected. Maybe the arrows that are going back and forth, maybe the cannons that are going back and forth, the butterfly will go right through it. And they say that's the strength of a butterfly through its whole life, all the way till it's in its wings. So this dance here is our fancy shawl. You'll see this imitation as she dances here. So here we go. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the fancy shawl dance. All right, awesome. Are you enjoying the performance so far? All right. So, like I mentioned, that we've traveled across the country, across the world, and again, we educate and to try to minimize stereotypes. And there's a lot of different stereotypes out there for many different other cultures as well. And there is, one of the common stereotypes is about alcoholism. But there's alcoholism in every culture, and so we just want to keep that in mind that, but we try to go out and send a positive message about a lot of our culture here with our dances. And hopefully today that you will share this maybe with a neighbor or share it with a friend, and maybe you'll see this on TV, or maybe if you have the opportunity, you can travel down to our reservation in July. Toward the end of the last week in July, we have our annual celebration, our annual powwow. And now, if you happen to go down there, you can explain and bring your neighbor or your family and say, this is what this means. This is why they wear that. And for joining us today, maybe you can share that message with them. And so come on down to the Winnebago Indian Reservation the last week in July, and you'll see hundreds of dancers that are compete against each other. So you'll see all of them dance very similar, and we also have some dances that are not here today. You'll see them as well compete against each other. And a lot of different tribal dances like the swan dance, the fish dance, the snake dance, the pipe dance, all these different dances that we have, we all do them as well. So we invite you to come down, mark that on your calendars, so remember that, end of July. So it's a nice celebration. There's foods, arts and crafts, and so forth. I want to bring out our last dancers here, and these ones here have been kind of anxious as well. And this is a dance that I used to dance, but unfortunately I became the narrator, so I can't really dance and narrate. But this is the hoop dance. And the hoop dance, you'll see them again have hoops here. And I just also want to mention that these are not hula hoops. Hula is something that they do way over there in Hawaii, like this, I believe. Well, these are not hula hoops, these are hoops. And the hoops, the sacred symbol of the circle is very sacred to our people as well. Again, like I mentioned, the powwow, if you happen to go down there, you'll see us dancing in a circle. Everything is in a circle. You'll see even our world is in a circle. Everything around us. Now you'll see that they have different markings on those circles, those hoops as well. Those 4 markings representing the 4 stages of life that we have. We have our childhood, our adolescent teens, and also all the way down to our adults and elders. And to continue that cycle of our generations continues on. The 4 seasons also, there's 4 of those. And they say the 4 sacred colors as well, our interpretation of those 4 markings. This dance that they're going to share here today, a mature dancer, like myself a couple years ago, I'm not saying how many, but I danced up to 30 hoops at one time. And so I had the opportunity, my niece and nephew here, passing this dance on to them. And they're really picking it up, and they're starting to learn a lot more. And so they still trying to get it down, but I think they got a good routine for you. And so, again, 4 of those hoops represent those 4 directions, those 4 things I just mentioned. And that 5th hoop that they're going to dance here today represents the Creator who connects all 4. So, one more quick thing, and then we'll get into it, is that our people, just like many other world cultures, we have evolved. We have changed. We have influences that came in. The French traded us with beads. And so a lot of these things, and our people still have changed in wearing different fabrics that we wear today, are beads. But the interpretation and the designs is still there, the meaning. So, referencing back to that, our music that you've been hearing, you've heard the drum, the hand drum. The drum that you hear on today is a big drum that they sing around. But today, our young dancers, our next generation, are incorporating more of the modern instruments that we have, which is the guitar, the piano, and so forth. So this song that you're going to dance to here today is going to show that interpretation of the more modern music. So some of you may have the opportunity to witness the local group called Brule. Our family has been performing with Brule for many years, and so they heard this song and they wanted to incorporate it in their routine to add a new little flavor to it, a new twist, just like how our young people do. So, This is the hoop dance. It is appropriate to clap when they make a formation that you witness. So don't be afraid, because when they do that, the energy that you give them is going to come right back into the next formation. So here we go with the hoop dance. Hoop dancers. All right, I want to bring all our dancers out. They're going to be making their way out here, and I'm just giving a proper introduction, and then we'll eventually conclude our performance. But we want to also, I believe we're going to be out in here in the hallway for just a moment, and then we'll take some pictures if you have any questions. But we'll start all the way down here at the very end down there, where we have Miss Kaylee St. Cyr. She is of the Ho-Chunk, Lakota, and Omaha tribes. We have Mr. Therese St. Cyr, Omaha, Winnebago, and Lakota tribes. We have Mr. Garen Coons Jr., we call him Onipa. He is of the Omaha, Winnebago, and Navajo tribes. We have Mr. Gentry St. Cyr. He is the father of the younger ones here. He's of the Winnebago and Lakota tribes. And this little guy right here, Therese St here of the Winnebago and Lakota tribes. Next, we have Kamimila Wachiwi. She's of the Lakota and Winnebago tribes. Let's give her a round of applause. Next, we have Mercedes Dominguez of the Chicanjo Lakota tribe. Next, we have Ariana Dominguez of the Chicanjo Lakota tribe. And last but not least, we have the mother, the grandmother. All the regalia that you see here on the stage is done by this young woman here. We have the privilege of calling her grandmother and mother. This is Therese St here of the Ogallala tribe. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to appreciate you coming here today and sharing this moment with us. We hope that you have learned something and share that with your neighbors and friends. We'd like to thank the Interpretive Center for having us here again. And if you'd like to see more, visit us on Facebook. We have a Facebook there, Many, M-A-N-Y, Many Moccasins Dance Troupe. Give us a like there. Ladies and gentlemen, the Many Moccasins Dance Troupe.